So I'm gonna open this up to the panel. What are some of the great things that you see in today's music industry currently? I'm trying to start it out with a positive note, y'all. Who want to lead that off?
How you guys doing? What I see today in today's music, I see a lot of artists thinking outside the box, forming their own trail. You know what I mean? I see that going on. I see they're very open-minded and not one-sided. I see that changing. You know what I mean, y'all? Some of you artists coming out of the leaders of the new school, we follow you. We may not act like it because some of us too busy. I know I get busy. I'm sorry, but without the indie artists out here doing their grind, there's no major. You know what I mean? Y'all the ones that put the heat on these niggas' asses to step up their game. Because some of you indie artists, to me, y'all do better than the majors. And some of these majors I've heard, excuse my language, suck dick. I'm sorry, they suck, and I work with a lot of them that suck. You know what I mean? But, you know, for your guys to be out here grinding, don't let them stop, don't let none of these people see your vision. You know what I mean? You're going to see haters in this game, don't matter what you do. Every day, 24 hours a day. But if it's your vision, you see it, keep it going. You know what I'm saying? And I want to say good luck. Let's make that money. That's all I can say.
I think that the main thing that I really see that's positive in this area that I think that people really should take advantage of is that clearly technology has made it easier than ever for people to connect directly with you. And when I say directly with you, I'm not saying just social media wise, that's one way, but the other way to show that you have something happening is to be able to show that you have connections with people. And I tell people all the time, you can walk into Denny's right now with 25 people and get 20% off your meal because you showed up with 25 people. That pretty much tells you everything you need to know about owning people. If you make good music and people like your music and you can document that, that gives you leverage. Use technology to create leverage for yourself. Because all these other opportunities that you want to make the money are all determined on whether you actually have relationships with people that will spend money. Ain't nobody gonna give you no money. You talking about hot. Don't give a damn about being hot. You on? What is that? Who are your people? Show me who your people are. If you can show me who your people are, I can show you where the money is. If you don't have the people, then there's no money for you. Spend your money on getting people. And whatever that means to you, apply it, but understand that if it's not about creating connections with people, it's probably not something that you should be focused on, at least primarily. And that means whether it's iTunes or Rhapsody or Bandcamp or whatever your SoundCloud, because you're giving them people to go make money. That should be secondary. You need to have something that's yours so that when people get at you, that's your person. So understand what, and there's a science behind it.
For sure. Sure, appreciate that. Anything else?
Yeah. Now, what the homie said, man, is all correct, man. That's all I got to say from my standpoint. Like, every record that I produce, I own 50% of that record for life. You know what I'm saying? And there's a way that, like, us as producers, you know what I'm saying, we are actually publishers also. You know what I'm saying? Because at the same time, you know, that's where the real money's being made. That advance to be a little $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, that's cute. But that's the advance on that big money is coming off the publishing for the records, where you make the real money at. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, like, you do records, I don't even want no advance. Just give me all my shit in the back end. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to worry about that. And, like, another thing, too, what he said from the, said how we like the artists nowadays. Actually, I like the artists nowadays. And even though, like, even with my career, like, some people say, like, yo, you put out DMX and Lox and Mason and all these guys, these are real hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Everything is real hip hop to me. It don't make a motherfucking difference. If you're the person that take your time to do your own original thing, you're hip hop. You know what I'm saying? It might be some way that the guy who's spinning on his head, he doing that shit like a motherfucker, that's hip hop. You know what I'm saying? That's what always been about. Always been about everybody doing their own thing and not worrying about the masses. And soon to come, you be the guy that they call weird. And 2 months later, you be the guy on top that sticks out. You know what I'm saying? So wherever you do, you know what I'm saying, just keep at that and just make sure you know this is a business. You know what I'm saying? It's fun, but it's a business. So.
For sure. All right, next question for you guys. Now we'll reverse this. Now I told you I want to start out with the positive, but now we got to swing it to the other side. So what are some of the challenges that you see right now for some of the producers and some of the artists in this business at this time?
Well, okay, I think you can divide that up in a couple of categories. I think, you know, the biggest challenge that I see for producers is how do you maintain the integrity of your own sound? Because there are so many ways that you can actually make a track without putting your own stamp or signature on that particular track. People are buying the same sound kit, the same Lex Luger, Justice League, whoop-de-whoop, wham-wham kit, whatever's hot. And everybody's sending that same beat made 184,000 different ways.
Yeah, it's the same producer.
It's the same, but it's all coming from the same cat because nobody's even bothering to even put a filter on the snare or do something. Do something. Produce the record. If you're going to be a producer. Then there is a difference between a producer and a beat maker. There's a difference between a composer and an arranger. There are actual components that if you're going to be a professional, take the time to learn the difference between these terms. Understand what it means to actually produce a record if you're going to call yourself a producer.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of piggyback off what he said. Bad thing with producers is like a lot of people just being lazy, and instead of really trying to make their own path, they see somebody else doing something. They think that's a quick way to make money. And really, you kind of pouring yourself out by doing that. So really just focus on your craft and still know what's going on, but always do it in your way. Don't make the same beat 100 times, because yeah, you can make a quick dollar, but you're not going to have no career. You're not going to build no legacy by doing that. So that's the thing that I really see right now with a lot of producers. Just like they're scared to really try to step outside and be themselves. They just want to follow what's hot and not really innovate and take it to another level.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna move on to the next question, and then I'm gonna open up the panel to everybody so that you can ask your questions. Last question that I'm gonna put out there for you guys, and I preach this to a lot of people as far as from a consulting standpoint, and I just want to get your guys' feedback on it. How big and how important is building a relationship in this business with the people that you're trying to network with?
Yeah, that's, building relationships and networking with the right people, that's the number one priority I feel that's going to advance you and take you to that next level and to where you want to go in your career. Basically to expand on what Dub said, what Mike said, Rel, and Dame, you got to have your business taken care of first. If you don't have your business taken care of, like as far as starting your company, getting an LLC, getting the proper paperwork done, making sure if you work with a particular artist or if you work with a particular producer, you set up your arrangements, your cue sheets and everything else. You got to make sure that's taken care of before you can make any moves. And once you get that etched in stone and working properly, then you can start making other moves and and branching out and meeting the right people. But everybody up here on this panel, and I can even talk for Mike and Dave because I see they know each other. But Dub, myself, and Rel, we've been down since '06, and even Mike as well. We've been down, since '06, '07, and we've been building all these years. So it starts off at a point where you're at the bottom, but you network with the right people and you build with them, and you grow with them, and you do right business with them. That's going to take you to where you need to get in the long run. So it's all about doing good business, being yourself, but also just being, you know, aware of everything that's going on and making sure that you got everything taken care of. So those are just a few pointers I have about that.
Anybody else want to chime in on that? I think you nailed it right on the head there, Chuck. All right. And I know I said the last one, but I'm going to give you out one more because this is a stickler for me. What is the most annoying thing for you in regards to people saying that they want to do business with you as a producer and as an artist, and they come to you and they say, okay, I want to be able to work with you. I want you to be able to check out my stuff. I want you to be able to work with me and take, you know, help me get my stuff on point. But then they're not following through. They're not even bringing prepared material. What is the most annoying thing about that for you?
It's a lot of annoying things, man. You know, it's like you really can't square it up to like one, two things. For me, one of the most annoying things is somebody bringing me an artist that sound like somebody I work with. I can't stand that. You can't bring God to me that sound like X. No, I know X. You gotta get him the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, another thing too is like, you know, it took years, but you gotta have it like me, how I do things. If you're independent, you're doing what you're doing, boom, come with some cheese. Of course, you're gonna show some better love for independent because you know you're coming out to think things. If you have a run, like YouTube is popping, the streets know you, I'll throw you one. You know what I'm saying? Because it makes sense. If somebody's running, they're gonna be the next person. So it's always good to throw them something. You know what I'm saying? So it's like really different levels. You know what I'm saying? Of annoyance. I don't really deal with annoyance because I be like click, no. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of things, that's the things that I go for. You know, I watch the streets. I watch it. It's like, oh shit, they on that motherfucker. Hold on, homie, take these 5. Bang. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, boom. Them take his thing and my thing up a few more notches. They say just an example like Riff Rap. I did a hologram pan and Jody High Roller Riff Rap tape. My Twitter was going ham. It was like, Chris, what the fuck you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God. I'm like, man, fuck y'all, man. I know what the hell I'm doing. So at the same time, when we did it with the style and the charisma he had, then put it with the production, actually made a whole new sound. And actually, he did go into his writing on it. You know what I'm saying? It made a whole new sound that people was like, oh, I know what y'all was doing. You know what I'm saying? You got to take chances with your music, you know, and that's the only way you let your music grow. It's different audiences, different places, everywhere. Don't be scared of nobody else is messing with this guy. Nah, fuck with that guy, because that be the one thing that make everything go pure, you know?
Man, one of the biggest annoying things to me is just people trying to cap, but they don't want to invest in themselves. Because I always like, you want something from somebody, but you're not willing to at least invest something into it. Like, you're trying to make something out of nothing. Like, you're not going to come up off of it, I'm sorry. But people always try to do it, so just think about yourself. Like, would you want somebody to kind of approach you that same way? Like, how would you feel about it? You can remember that person. Like, one thing about this industry, relationships, people, we remember everybody. So if you come at me wrong 5 years, like, I'm still gonna remember it. So you gotta remember that.
Yeah. What irritates me is when these artists come to me and they send me their music. Don't get me wrong, I listen to everything, regardless of what it is. I take time to listen to it. But then they hit me back 2 minutes after they hit they give me the music, ask me, did I hear it? Or they'll tell me they got 9.3 million Twitter followers and 40 million views. And I'm like, the label's not stupid. I mean, look, don't get me wrong, but I'm not. You know, but you got 9.3 million Twitter followers, but you're only following 60 people. You know what I'm saying? Or you got a 500,000 YouTube hits, but only 1 comment. You know, and it's not, and I'm not trying to make you excuse my language for saying niggas. I do apologize for that. We're young brothers. We're not niggas. We're educated young brothers and sisters. Right. So I do apologize for that. But what gets me is being an A&R, I've seen it all. I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly, and if it's uglier than me, it's in trouble. But what I get is when these artists give me their music, do it in a business fashion. Give me your music the way it needs to be given. If you're going to give it to me in a CD, don't write on no back in no CD with a chalk Sharpie writing on it and saying here it is, or giving me a scrap piece of paper saying this is my manager. That don't make no difference. So you telling me you got a platinum producer who's a ghost writer? What songs does he produce? I can tell you I produce Lil Wayne song and I don't know how to write music. That's his job. You know, or his job. I don't write music. But if you want to come correct, let's do it business-wise, you know what I mean? Sit down, because you got to look at yourself. You're a corporation. Everything you do is money being made. So let's sit down like a business and handle it like a business. If you want me to listen to your music and you inbox me, give me a few days to check it out. Don't tell me here's the music and check it out. Or I got 20 friends, 20 of my friends in the block that say I'm hot. Okay, first of all, and I'm not being funny, you're a hustler on the street? Yeah, so you got money, right? That's why them 20 motherfuckers are hanging in your pocket. Because when it comes to the label don't give, excuse my language, the label don't give a shit about your 20 friends, because they're not going to spend no money. We want to know about the 20 million people outside the gate that wants to buy that ticket. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you got to be about yourself when it comes to this music, because it's not a game. I've seen artists make it and live comfortably off of music. I've seen artists do one-day wonder stuff, you know what I'm saying? But just come correct. If you ever meet A&Rs and real niggas in this game, because there's a lot of real ones like us, and I can show you a booklet of fake niggas that don't know shit. Fake A&Rs that, I mean, I argue with an A&R today that told me he's the A&R for Rick Ross Music Group.
Damn.
And he told me he know me personally. I was like, you know me? He said, no, you ain't the A&R. Big Mike is. You see what I mean? But, you know, real recognize real. That's all I can say. You know, like Dane Breeze, these are the young people here. Young lady over here, my little sister, right there. My PR in the back. You know, you recognize real people, and let's just make it happen. You got that good music? I want to hear it. Because I want to be the one that put it on that radio station so I can call you. You need to listen to the radio, bro. Why? Because you've been playing like crazy about that little joint you got going on. You know, just give original music. Don't buy no sample music from a website that says I sold 40 million links to this one track, because it ain't yours. 40 million people bought it. You just bought the garbage. Go get that producer that's the one that sits in the corner all day, writing it. You know them deep. Those are the niggas you want, because they're gonna come out with that style and that fad that blows you up the water. So all I can say for all you indie artists, just keep that grind up, stay positive, and don't let none of these haters out here try to knock you off. You feel me?